morning, everybody. My name is Hamza Mohammed, and I'm here today bearing a gift. Unfortunately, it's not a physical gift, but still considered a gift. You see, if you would have asked me a couple of days ago or a couple of months ago, not relevant, if I had any significant interest in the topic of natural science, I would have said no. I would have said a big no. But then you come to a realization that the contributions that natural science made for the world changed the world for the better. Am I right or wrong? It changed our life for the good. Like, it changed our life so good. We have electricity. And now, to talk about my gift, what are the two most important human needs? The two basic human needs: food and shelter, right? Without architects and engineers, who are the ones who are going to create homes for us to live with our families? Who are the ones who are going to protect us from the wilderness, from the hardships of the wild? Am I right? Who are the ones who are going to protect us? Who are the ones who are going to protect us from wild animals so we can live together with our families in peace? And then food. Without the field of agriculture, how would the human world be? We would be literally starving if we didn't have the field of agriculture. The whole world would be starving. And then moving on, it made our lives much easier. Technology made our lives much, much easier. And when I'm talking about technology, I'm not talking about modern day telephones, I'm not talking about cameras, I'm not talking about TVs. No, I'm talking about the technology in the days back in Galileo, Leonardo da Vinci, the man who created the modern day human plane. That man changed the world for the good. Because of that man, we have transportation, we have better communication systems. Don't you agree? And imagine how it made lives better for the disabled. People who cannot walk or people who cannot see. Blind people can read because of this technology. Am I right? But still, people who come from war has to go to rehabilitations for them to work again. Why? Who are the ones who provide these rehabilitations? Doctors. And coming to my point, doctors, what do doctors do? Without doctors, do you think the world would have survived until now? Without doctors, do you think we will reach this stage? I don't think so. Because of doctors who are fighting every day, persistently, wasting so many hundreds of hours of their lives to fight diseases. Because of them, they're fighting the coronavirus, HIV, AIDS, even to the worst one of them, cancer. Do you think those people are not actually contributing anything for the world? I don't see a man in a suit working to find a cure for a virus. I see a man in a lab coat trying to find a cure for a virus. And then, what do natural scientists do? We come together to find innovations, to find technology. But what do social scientists do? They created borders. They created genres. They created bases. Rich, poor, black, white. Those are the ones who made us undivided, who made us divided. But natural science, you know what they do? They brought us together for innovations, not to gain or profit money off of them, but to last for eons and eons, for our kids, kids, kids. And then, you might guys disagree with me. You might say, no, but social science is the one who controls the media. Well, let's be honest, the media always lies. Look at the West, they always provide false information about our continent of Africa. Am I right? They always provide false information about our nation Eritrea. Am I right? And then, they tried to divide us. They came to divide and rule. And they succeeded. They might say it's for their own benefit or for the greater good, but squashing another country for the benefit of your country and to profit off of it, is that actually for the greater good? Social scientists did not look for others. They do not care. All they care about is profit. But what do natural scientists do? Like I said, we made contributions for humanity that changed our life. And speaking of changed, imagine a child who was diagnosed with cancer. They said it's lethal. He's not going to make it. He's going to die. He's not going to survive. And then came in a doctor and saved that child's life. That is change. Not going to another country and plundering its materials. That is change. In social science, the sky is the limit. In natural science, the space is the limit. The universe is our playground. And basically, to sum it up, I don't want to be a bystander. I don't want to be one of those guys who watch other people on TV do some things with their life. I want to be one of those people who make a change. And so do you guys. So are you people watching at home. So is everybody in the world. And to make a change, you have to start with yourself. And to make a change, the key is natural science. Thank you very much for listening.
So, as you already mentioned, it was a perfect presentation. You gave points about how medicine is so important, right? That is very expensive. As we all know it, it's very expensive, right? How do you plan on implying natural science in developing countries when it's that expensive?
Thank you for asking that. You make us pay for healthcare, and you think you're actually doing right by us?
I am asking you. Don't confuse my question and listen. Yes, you are. I asked you, how are you going to apply it in developing countries? What does that have anything to do how we are asking you for the money? My question is, how are you going to imply it in developed countries? Nothing more, nothing less.
All right. I do not get your point, but with what information I got right now, I'm going to have to answer to the crowd.
So you are going to answer to them with a wrong information?
So let me speak. She said it herself. Healthcare systems are expensive, right? What are those politicians doing? They're making us pay for our healthcare systems. And you're saying you're going to imply it on developing countries, right?
You know, if you yourself think that it's that expensive...
Developing countries which are poor, right? Developing countries that need money. And who are those people who are actually making those countries developing countries? I don't think natural scientists are the one. I think your administration, your so-called greater good, is the one who are making us a developed country.
You finished? Okay. So, natural science, it's governed, it's a proper concern of the government. How can you say it's better than it when it's the one being dedicated by it?
So you're saying social science is superior than natural science?
I'm saying that natural science is a concern of the government. That is, it's being budgeted by the government.
Why is it a concern of the government? Because they benefit off of us. We're the ones giving them the supply so you can benefit off of them.
If we don't want you, we can just get you from other countries. We can import you. So, poof, you go.
Coming back to your previous point, thank you for saying it, brain drain. They're draining developing countries, the smart people, and taking them to your country.
We want to develop it, we're going to do it. We have education, philosophy, law, we can do all of this. You don't do that. We don't need you, we put you away. That's what we do.
You can put us away.
Oh, yes?
Why don't you put us away? Go live in a forest as far as we're concerned. We are going to live in this modern day human world because of the advancement they made in technology.
We are the ones making the advancements. Honorable judges, respected teachers, and dear friends, very good morning to all. Today we are here to debate and discuss the subjects social science and natural science, and I shall be debating on favor of social science. I am Hossana Samil, representing Samaatat Secondary School. So social science is a science that focuses more on the study of societies and the relationship among individuals within those societies. Social science allows us to live within a society as a society by the following disciplines. So first of all, I'm going to mention to you the disciplines of social science. Geography, as a discipline, has two branches, the human geography and the physical geography. The human geography focuses more on how humans are going to create space within the natural environment and how that space is going to affect both of them and everything else that's surrounding them. The physical geography focuses more on the components of the natural environment, how they are going to interact and affect each other. History is a continuous systematic narrative research into past human events according to historiographical paradigms and theories. Economics, in social science, it seeks to analyze the production, consumption, and distribution of wealth, Commerce is the exchange of goods and services, especially on a larger scale. Anthropology is the holistic science of man. Thus, it seeks to analyze the totality of human existence. Within it, there is the human biologies, human totalities, and it seeks to analyze the social aspects of human social actions. Communications, also known as human communications, it has a common meaning, that is the sharing of symbols to create a meaning. It has a range of topics, that is from face-to-face conversations up to bigger mass media outlets. Education, as we all know it, it's the learning and teaching of skills, and something that is less tangible but more profound. It's the imparting of knowledge, positive judgment, and profound wisdom. As part of its fundamental concept, it's the imparting of culture from one generation to another. To educate, it comes from a Latin word, to educare. It means to draw out. That is, to facilitate one's realizations of one's own talents and potentials. Philosophy, it seeks to analyze general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, etc. Any body of knowledge is known as philosophy, and philosophy is the love of wisdom. Law, in social science, it's known as jurisprudence. It's a common parlance. That is, it's a rule. It's different from ethical rules. It's a rule that has the capability of enforcement through institutions. It has been defined as a system of rules, as an interpretive concept to achieve justice, as an authority to mediate people's problems, and even as a command of a sovereign, backed by the threat of sanctions. Linguistics investigates the cognitive and human aspects of human language. Within it, it has several branches, such as those about semantics, phonetics, morphology, etc. Political science, it's an academic and research field that seeks to analyze political theories, political systems, and political problems. Psychology, it's an applied and researched field. It's an academic and applied field that seeks to analyze mental behaviors and processes. And finally, sociology, it seeks to study societies, relationship among individuals within the societies, their consequences and social aspects of human social actions. Secondly, I would like to present to you the advantage of social science. Social science has diverse benefits to it, but for now, let me mention 5 of them. So first of all, we need social scientists to think of alternative futures. Second, social science helps us to make sense of our finances. Thirdly, we need social science for our well-being and wealth. Fourthly, we need social scientists as public intellectuals. And finally, we need social science to guarantee our democracy. Now, I would like to present to you the future of students who are seeking and thinking about their futures and goals. So there's this saying by Bertrand Russell that said, the fundamental concept of social science is power, just like how the fundamental concept of physics is energy. That is, social science gives us the power to go on with our lives. As we go on, the question, how is this going to benefit me, is going to present itself. So I'm going to tell you the guarantees and job offers presented by social science. But before I do that, to all of you who think just because you study natural science, you will never be jobless. You know what? You're right, you'll never be jobless. But at the same time, you will never be rich. Fascinating, isn't it? You know why? There's this saying by Warren Buffett. He said that if your only source of income is your job, you are one step away from poverty. That is, you lose your job, you're poor. You know why is this? Because you are not financially literate. You have no idea about marketing, production, business, stocks, investing. You have no idea about all of those. So automatically, you're poor. You get an F. So, the subjects that we learn in high school are business economics, history, and geography. As we go on, those branches have subfields to them. And if you choose to study geography, you could study earth sciences or map reading. If you choose study accounting, you could become an accountant or an auditor. If you choose study business management, you could become a marketer or a manager. If you choose study economics, you could become a banker. If you choose study law, you could become a lawyer. If you choose study history, you could become a political historian or a historian. And if you choose study behavioral science, you could become a psychologist, sociologist, archaeologist, or even a politician. And now, let's talk about the future of countries seeking to develop, such as Eritrea, a young nation that has a bright future before it, that seeks peace. For such countries, we need public intellectuals, politicians, industries, because this world is a business world. So are you telling me we are going to leave the future of such countries in the hands of people who spend their entire time staring at air just to realize it's colorless? I don't think so. We don't want that. We need politicians who will need it. So there's this saying by Michael that said many hard scientists regard social science as an oxymoron. Science is a hypothesis you can test and then prove or disprove. Well, let's say that social science is a little more than observation put on airs. As a conclusion, I would like to present to you a very famous saying, a quote by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. It says, social science means creating a brand of human we can understand. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
But I would like to disagree one of our points, though. You said if you do not...
So is that your question?
It's a disagreement. We're going to my question. The disagreement is you said you cannot be rich if you finish by natural science.
If you study natural science, can you become financially literate? Answer. If you want to know, answer.
The richest man in the world, just saying. Mark Zuckerberg, the man who created the most efficient communication tool, one of the richest people in the world. Bill Gates, just saying, those are...
You know, what are those people? They did not finish their schools, right? They were financially literate. That is social science. That is us, not you.
Thank you.
Yes, ask me your question. Don't go anywhere else. Is this your question?
You said you cannot be rich, you cannot gain money off of it, right? But you are saying they did not study, so you're agreeing with me. They didn't study social science. They didn't waste all of their time, money to study social science.
Do you think financial literacy is all about studying? No, it's about risking, learning, and investing. You don't have that. We do.
Risks. Second question. Okay. I just wanted to ask you this. Do you think without the technological advancement that they made, do you think we would be living in the world that we're living in today?
Do you think without the investments we made for you to make the technologies, we would be living now?
I'm pretty sure Thomas Edison did not have investment when he created...
Oh, please, it's the 21st century. It's the 21st century.
21st century. Thank you. He created it back when? 80s, 100s? Yeah. No money, no economy, no whatsoever for him to be supported.
In this world, no money, no economy, and if. That's it.